Not sure what to make of this one. This was filmed on the 23rd November. From far away, I noticed the airplane just didn't look right. There wasn't any frontal portion to it. It just looked like side wings. And I just grabbed my camera. It was 3:30. It was heading directly from east to west, and I was correct. It just either it's a totally blue fuselage or it's a complete hologram. It's just bizarre. Also, the shapes there and there. Um, that plane is really way off anything I've filmed before. Totally way off. I mean, you can just obviously the wings look fine. The engine there looks largest, but I've I ne I've never seen a plane for blue fuselage and obviously just white wings. It just doesn't add up. I've never seen that. And even if it's a blue one, you should at least see a difference between the blue there and the blue of the sky. There's a little orb, I think, right there next to it. There it is. There is one. Okay, this gets more interesting now. There's one right there. Now, if you look at that very closely, there's something just wrong there. That one sticks out. That one sticks out. It's got a rounded point there. I'll have to take close-up zooms. I really don't feel like it. There's a little bit of white there, and then it disappears. Now that totally there looks like it's a hologram, and there's a little bit of outline there. Let's keep an eye on that thing. That thing is more important because if that's a little orb, usually the orbs happen with. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's a small orb there. Now, guess what? We have a structure right in the center there now, appearing right there. It doesn't look as though it's part of the plane. I wouldn't mind going high zoom on this. The wings look like wings. The jet engines look like jet engines, but obviously there is no fuselage, or it's totally blue, and that doesn't make sense either. Now, we saw that little orb next to it. Now, that is now square all of a sudden. That part of the plane there becomes totally unusual. It's a square shape. If you look at it again there, it's now rounded, and that is a definite shape there. That shape there shouldn't exist. Look at it right there. That shape there, and also that engine there looks like there's a gap behind it, and that thing there doesn't go all the way straight up. I knew my gut feeling was correct. You see that there? It just shouldn't be that shape, and that shouldn't now be a narrow shape there for the wing. And that fuselage, that doesn't exist. It's not there. I'll go through this step by step. You'll see how that rises and bends over. That shape there is constant, and you get that bizarre fine line of where the fuselage should be, and there's one or two more further up where there shouldn't be, and we saw that orb floating next to it. That is totally bizarre, that plane. Let's go through it again. So I'm just zooming in. It's a Olympus SP100 EE, and I've just, look, there's that orb. You see it right there. So obviously that's not normal. So that's one more hint. There is something abnormal about this plane. There it is there. Or it's just following that plane because it realizes that plane isn't normal. It's either one or the other. You'll see it pop up now. There it is, right there. Interesting, that one. That plane is just so far out of anything normal I've ever filmed before that it just rings warning bells. I then try to take some rapid pictures. That's one, and obviously I just missed the tail of it. If I enlarge it, obviously that looks a bit different to that, and no one in hell knows where the fuselage should be on that one. There it is there. Go to the next picture. This is more interesting because it shows very peculiar bright spots there. So it could be reflection. off that fuselage that's painted totally blue. Why they're painted totally blue, I don't know. There's a very strange orb or reflection there and there as well. So obviously that's interesting. What looks like a little shape there and a little shape there look like orbs right there and there. There's that thing we saw, and that looks unusual there as well. Yes, now we're onto something. See how that has a opening right there? That's got a very strange thing right there. That is extremely bright like the sun, and those shapes there are not normal as well. That looks like it's open there. That opening right there. Let's go to the next picture. There's the next picture, which I just took a rapid picture, so I just missed a fraction. There's that very bright area there that's coming off it. I'm not sure where it is. Right there. There's a very peculiar blue hue coming off that. It doesn't seem like a reflection because it just seems to be coming all over the place. It isn't just the edge of that fuselage. It seems to be over the edge. Okay, these objects here don't make sense. That one there and that little curved thing around it, that whole shape there is not just a reflection. Look at that, that's unusual. And that's unusual there, you got that twisted shape. That whole shape there is not making sense, and that white line under that fuselage. If we go into there, we see that strange shape again right there. Okay, next picture. Again, the same thing, caught in rapid mode. We have a shape that looks like a fuselage, but what is that precise area it's reflecting from, and why is it so bizarre? It looks more like a square. Look at that, there's a little orb coming out of it. Listen, this is very suspicious. It just doesn't add up, this plane. So I'm trying to concentrate and take a few more minutes on it. If I enlarge that bit right there that you'll see, look at that. You've got 2 or 3 like squares or hexagons. That little blue thing coming out of the opening there. That's a good picture. I think this plane really isn't a normal one. I've never seen anything like this. Now this was unfortunately only about 50 optic, which is good because there's less blur. But I could have gone a bit closer on that one. There's that light area there. It's got 1 or 2 layers, 3 like before. That's unusual as well if it's only a light reflection. It looks as though the plane is composed of 2 separate entities there, and the rest is a hologram in between. And that's where the chemtrails are coming out of. As crazy as it sounds, that's what the pictures seem to sort of indicate. Next one. It's a bit blurred, that one, so it's going. No, it's not that blurred. That's a good one. See the one area there, then the other bit's out of it, and it's got a darker area around it. And where there should be a fuselage, there isn't any at all. Let's go closer and have a look at that. That's that one there, and that's the one there. Something is happening here big time, especially when that orb was flying next to it as well. I think we've seen this picture then. Obviously there's nothing there. Let's go, there's one more video I think we missed. That one there. So I just try to zoom in the best I can, but it's not easy holding it there. So probably the best film was this one. I catch it first time. Normally you haven't got much time, you just grab your camera and you hope you can get there's that white orb. I'll try to spend a bit more time on that one. You just see it come in now. There it is there, right there. There's that bizarre plane, obviously. The orb comes around closer to have a look at it. There is something very peculiar in that area there. And there it is there still. Now there's two. There's one there and there's one there. And that one goes further up. Now there's one important bit you can see there as it's happening. That is rounded there, and a little hole right in the center. And as I keep going, it comes flat, rounded again. We should see the orbs. There's that is. There's the orb there. I'm just trying to see where the second orb comes from. I think that's the first orb. It just moved so quickly underneath. From there, in one frame, it moved all the way under. And then it goes up again. Unusual, isn't it? So it actually went down and reversed over the path of that plane. Let's do that again. Let's see how quick it moves. It appeared on the left side of the image. There it is there. Coming closer, coming closer, coming closer. Right there. Keep an eye on it. Comes close, comes close. Boom. It's just shot over all the way there. And then it comes back up. It seems to go over it. There it is there. Okay, this is all very suspicious, this one. I've never seen anything like it. There it is there.